post that surgery, that itself was like really scary because I was pregnant. Obviously, we wanted the baby to be safe, and we trusted our doctors and went ahead with whatever it is that needed to be done. It was life threatening to both of us, and if the appendix had ruptured, that could have been fatal. So the appendix was successfully removed through laparoscopy, but subsequently I developed a really acute bacterial infection. Now, till this day, we can't point to what caused it, right? We don't know. But the fact is that, yeah.
So there's no way
But the
of
fact is
tracking.
that it
And
just led to um, a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, just like I used to be, I used to get something called rigors, which are like a more intense form of shivers, where you literally shiver from your bones and your body moves so vigorously that it moves for almost 45 minutes. And I used to have 4 people holding me down, trying to get my fever to come down. And it took days to even determine what the bacteria was that was causing the infection. So they couldn't even medicate me correctly until they found out what it was. Anyway, long story short, at some point when I was discharged, literally hours after I got home, I started spotting. I was rushed back to um, for a scan, sonography, and the sonographer said you have to meet your gynac right away because your placenta is hemorrhaging. And I went to my gynac, Dr. Nozer, who I trust with my life, and I'm so glad I do because he literally saved both Abhiyan's and my life that day. He rushed us to Surya Hospital, the most amazing Surya Hospital, and he was delivered by an emergency C-section, and while he was being delivered, on Doc's playlist was playing Imagine, one of my favorite songs. And I feel like it's a song that, in so many ways, is just testament to Avyan, his existence, the fact that he chose me, when he did, how he did, and the journey that we've had together thereon. And I feel like, you know, when a baby's so tiny at 820 grams, sent straight away to neonatal care, born during COVID times, there are so many complications, so many restrictions. I wasn't allowed to give kangaroo care. I wasn't allowed to hold my baby for the first 1.5, 2 months because he was so tiny. I was allowed to visit him only once a week. I can't quite decide what was hardest near that time, but I do know one thing, and I remember both of us talking about this, and it's such a fresh memory in my mind now. And I remember you looking at me completely zapped when I was telling you all this and saying, "How are you doing this? How are you so calm? Why are you not more anxious?" And I was like, "Because I can't even begin to tell you how much strength this baby is giving me." It was almost like, without uttering a word, he would tell me, everything is going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. And he's had 3 surgeries, and with God's grace and with all the care and love and attention, timely attention he's got, we've come out of it trumps. We're singing songs, we're learning to identify birds and animals, and we're having a great time. He's such a beautiful, graceful, lovely child, and I'm so grateful for him.
I mean, like, I don't know what other people are going through when they're seeing this or when they will see this once, we kind of upload the live on the page as well. It's just your story, it's your journey, and I discussed this, and we have so many fellow moms in common, and every time I can't even, like, I'm trying to throw back to yesterday's phone conversation where I was just like, I'm going to go live with Dia, and then we're like, Dia, oh my God, like, she's so strong and she has so much strength, and that's what everybody, like, it's like the strength of a woman, or all the strength and might of a woman has been put through, test when it came to you. And I remember seeing you even then when at some point, and we were there was a time where you and I were almost like, our kids are a few months apart, and I was calling you to tell you that I'm pregnant, and you told me what was going on with you. It was just, and once COVID and all the lockdown and everything opened up a little bit, I also remember you being in Surya, and as soon as I landed, I was like, I have to go see this girl. I didn't even go home because I was